Za, Boxing Nation, Boxing lives and breaks down. We have a lot of news to unpack, so let's get straight into it. We begin some sad news out of Japan. Ginjiro, the former IBF strawweight champion, has been forced into retirement at just 24 years old. Ginjiro collapsed in the ring after a split decision loss to Pedro Taduran, a fight that marked the second time he's collapsed against this very opponent. Following the incident, Ginjiro was rushed to the hospital and underwent emergency surgery for an acute subdural hematoma, a serious brain injury that can be life-threatening if untreated. This situation shines a harsh light on the inherent dangers of this sport and the importance of safety regulations. Ginjiro's first collapse was a warning sign, but he bravely returned to the ring for a rematch with Taduran. Unfortunately, the Japanese Boxing Commission has now barred him from ever fighting again. While this is heartbreaking, this decision likely saved his life. We wish Ginjiro a full recovery and hopes he finds peace in retirement. He leaves behind a promising but tragically short career, one that showed incredible potential and courage. In other news, former two-time heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua is working on a comeback after a devastating knockout loss to Daniel Dubois. It's been revealed that Anthony Joshua recently had elbow surgery to address all of his lingering issues, and promoter Eddie Hearn says that Anthony Joshua could return between September or November of 2025. Eddie Hearn also hinted at the possible matchup with interim WBO champion Joseph Parker as a potential opponent for Anthony Joshua as well. Joshua knows he has to bounce back strong in this next fight if he wants to stay relevant. This comeback will be crucial for his legacy, especially after back-to-back setbacks. Will the time help him physically and mentally? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Next up, let's talk about the huge trilogy fight that's been confirmed. Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano III. They'll meet for the third time on July 11th, 2025 at Madison Square Garden. This event will be streamed on Netflix, continuing the partnership to bring boxing to a global audience. Both women have one win each in their rivalry. Their first two fights were absolute wars, so you know this third chapter will be just as intense. And that's not all. Savannah Marshall will be facing Shadeja Green, and Alicia Baumgardner will take on Jennifer Miranda on the exact same card. It's a stacked night for women's boxing, and it's sure to be one for the ages. Let me know your thoughts about this card. Meanwhile, young heavyweight prospect Moses Itauma is set to return on July 19th. Although his opponent has yet to be announced, promoter Frank Warren is adamant that Itauma needs more rounds and experience before stepping up to the world title level. At 19 years old, Moses Itauma has already shown flashes of brilliance. He's powerful, explosive, has a brilliant boxing brain, natural charisma that fans gravitate towards, but is smart to take things extremely slow and steady. No need to rush when the future is so bright for Moses Itauma. We'll be watching closely to see who they match him up with next. Stay tuned. Let's move on to former undisputed champion Josh Taylor at a career crossroad after a tough loss. Josh Taylor has said he's taking time to reflect on what's next, weighing up whether to stay in the fight game or to call it a day. Josh Taylor had an incredible run at 140 pounds, unifying the division and proving he's one of the best of this era. But with back-to-back setbacks and physical toll of the sport, the question is whether he'll still have the fire to compete at the highest level. Retirement is always a personal choice, and if Josh Taylor has certainly earned the right to decide on his own terms if he wants to retire or not. Now let's switch gears. Let's talk about today's press conference for the upcoming fight, Harlem Eubank versus Jack Catterall fight. Jack is moving up in weight to face Harlem Eubank, and they've sparred once before, adding an interesting wrinkle to this fight. The pressure is on Jack Catterall, who's coming off 2 tough losses and is hungry to prove he belongs in a higher weight class. Harlem Eubank, meanwhile, is confident he can use his slick boxing ability and footwork to spoil Jack Catterall's plans. This matchup is all about redemption and proving all the doubters wrong. Let me know who you're picking in this fight in the comments below. And finally, some drama in the welterweight division. Brian Norman Jr. has reportedly turned down $1.7 million offer to fight Jaron Boots Ennis. His team says the original offer was $750,000. So the jump to $1.7 million was apparently too little, too late. This begs the question, is Brian Norman trying to price himself out for this fight? Or is Jaron Boots Ennis simply too big of a risk right now? With rumors that Ennis could move up to 154 and his belts might become vacant, and that could pave the way for a long-awaited fight with Jaron Boots Ennis and Vergil Ortiz. Boxing politics never stop, and this is just the latest news. That's all for today's update. Boxing Nation, drop your thoughts in the comments below. Who's your pick for Taylor versus Serrano III? Can Anthony Joshua make a successful comeback? And what's next for Ginjiro after such a devastating injury? I want to hear it from you, so let me know all of it in the comments below. This is Boxing Nation, where champions get analyzed and legends are made. And if you're new here, keep your hands up, and I'll catch you in the next one.